Welcome, brave souls, to Sleep Stories by Dr. Sleep, where the line between the living and the dead blurs into darkness. I'm Dr. Sleep, your guide through the realm of ghostly encounters and paranormal tales. In each of our videos, we'll plunge into the depths of the unknown, unraveling bone-chilling mysteries and unearthing spine-tingling secrets that will haunt your dreams. If you want your audio tapes or your stories to get featured in our YouTube videos, send us to our email, which is sleepdaughter9@gmail.com, or just send a message on our Instagram named DR Sleep Stories. Would love everyone in the community to participate in it. Thank you. But before we delve into the darkness together, I invite you to become a part of our community of thrill seekers. Hit the like button if you're ready to journey into the unknown. Share our videos with fellow believers and skeptics alike who crave a good scare. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more ghostly tales, paranormal investigations, and spine-chilling narratives. Thank you for choosing Sleep Stories by Dr. Sleep. Now, dim the lights, brace yourself for the unknown, and let the nightmares begin. Hi, I want to share my recent personal experiences. Me and my wife are working in an IT company. We were recently married and had moved into a rented house. The house is nice, big, and spacious, with 3 bedrooms with only 2 of us as occupants. It is built in a very nice and green society and karate area of Pune. Incident 1. One weekend we were enjoying a movie on TV. Suddenly the voltage dipped and our television switched off. The lights went dim and fan went dead slow. At almost the same time we heard some thunder from outside, so we understood some problem might have cropped up due to rainy weather. After a while, the electricity switched back to normal, but only for a while before going back to extremely low voltage. This time, as the voltage dipped, we heard some noise from our kitchen. We have a big steel pot, matka utensil to fill and store water, resembling earthen pot in shape, and a small one of the same shape kept on the floor, upside down, as they were not in use currently. The noise we both heard sounded like one of the steel pots wobbled violently and settled. We thought the noise came from some other flat. Then we got back to chatting till voltage normalized. But soon voltage started jumping from normal to low to very low. I went outside on our terrace to get some air and noticed that other flats from my building and other buildings as well did not seem to have the voltage problem. So I went inside and joked about how unlucky we were that eve to my wife. Almost at the same time we heard the wobbling noise from the kitchen again. This time we were alerted and I went inside the kitchen to check if a mouse somehow got trapped inside the steel pot and was trying to get out. I lifted both the pots, but there was nothing. We looked at each other and again joked that maybe we have a ghost with us. As we were heading back to the hall, the wobbling noise happened again. We both rushed back in the kitchen and stood there puzzled as we could not figure out what was causing the pots to wobble. We reconsidered if the noise came from our kitchen or outside, but both felt that it was from out kitchen. Incident 2. This is more like a constant feeling of being watched. There is a small passage connecting our bedroom to main hall. I have at times felt that I was being stared at by someone from the hall while we were in bedroom. The moment I try to see through the passage into the hall, the feeling stops. But I always dismissed it on the account of me being a kind of daydreamer kind of person. Incident 3. According to me, the above 2 incidents could have happened for a lot of practical and psychological reasons and might not be considered as a supernatural incident. But something happened this week which creeped me out big time. I had a weird dream. In my dream, I woke up on my bed and opened my eyes while lying. I could see in the ambient light coming from the society lights that my wife was up. She was standing in front of the mirror and just staring. She seemed to be wearing some very dark-colored nightgown. She had let her hair down and her hair seemed strangely puffed up. I called her name asking, "What are you doing?" She seemed to have ignored my call. After a few seconds, she silently turned and climbed back on the bed. She came next to me and sat facing me, not saying anything. I kept asking her, "What are you doing? Why are you up so late?" After some time, she told me that I should go back to sleep. I went to sleep that very instant. Then I woke up again. This time, I saw my wife roaming in the house, not doing anything, just roaming from here to there. Then I slept again. Third time I opened my eyes, I saw my wife floating above me, staring at me and smiling. Her hair somehow not falling down due to gravity. This was it. I was creeped out enough to actually wake up from my real sleep. After waking up, I saw my wife sleeping next to me as usual. I realized it was a scary dream. I drank some water and went back to sleep. A thought in my mind told me that it will be fun next morning when I tell her that I had a nightmare starring her. In morning, we got up and sat on our bed talking to each other. The nightmare I had last night was now tickling me from inside because I wanted to tell my wife that she scarred me in my dream. Then what happened was beyond scary for me. She started laughing and told she had a scary dream last night in which she saw me standing next to the mirror, roaming aimlessly in the house and floating above her. I did not know how to react. I have not told her that I had a similar nightmare as well. I thought it's better to have one scarred person than two, living in a large spacious house with 2 bedrooms always unoccupied. So this incident is very short, but was very horrifying for me and my mother. So it was around May-June 2019. My father was out of station for some business-related work, so only me, my mother, and my little sister, 6Y/O, were home. It was around evening when I was with my mom in the kitchen chit-chatting with her while she was making food. Let me give you a view of our kitchen. It was something like this with the kitchen on the left side and the bathroom on the other. So if you stand in the kitchen, you can see if anyone goes to the washroom. My mother was facing towards the wall, and I was standing leaning to the kitchen stand, but I was looking towards my mom. Now my little sister came running and went to the washroom and slammed the door, but we ignored it, thinking she was in a hurry. Now 25 minutes later, I said to Mom that what is taking her so long? Why is she not coming? My mother said, "Go have a look." I checked the washroom, but to my surprise, there was no one. Even lights were off. I told my mom, and she said, "That can't be possible. Go ask your sister." When I went to her room, she was fast asleep. I was shocked and scared to the core. I told my mom, and she was also scared that who came. When my sister woke up, we asked her if she came to use the bathroom. She said, why would she use the common bathroom if she has her own bathroom in her room? It still haunts us. I have many stories which I will tell in some other answer. Probably I am currently pursuing my higher studies from a college away from home, so I put up in the hostel provided inside the college premises. Each room is shared by 2 occupants. While I was away for a few days, my roommate used to sleep alone in the room. He confided in me lately that he used to have whimsical experiences while sleeping during my absence. He narrated one of his aforementioned experiences, which went something like this. So I was dead on my feet after incessantly attending classes and labs and planned to doze off early that day. I bolted the door so that no one could disturb me later during the night. In the glimpse of an eye, I went to snoozing just to find myself woken up by my best friend, who was standing next to my bed. He looked kind of strange, with his skin color as pale yellow and wide eyes perpetually gaping at me. I chit-chatted with him for a while post which he left. As soon as I thought of recommencing my sleep, I started hearing some voices. I felt like a cat on hot bricks. I felt like I was being choked by an inconspicuous entity. I tried to shout, "Get off the bed," but my body was rigid like a stone. I felt paralyzed. I knew I wasn't hallucinating. It was not an unpleasant reverie either. After a few moments of enduring this agony, I came back to my senses. I couldn't fall asleep thereafter. I was trembling with fear. The following morrow, I went to my best friend, only to be reassured about the fact that he never came to my room the previous night. Initially, I thought he might be joking, but then I realized something. I had locked the door from inside before sleeping. I am quite sure that I wasn't hallucinating, nor was that a dream. Something indeed happened that night. I have read similar experiences of such kind on Quora. With so many people narrating the same stories, there is indeed an unraveled mystery. It was in college when me and a few friends decided we wanted to do something adventurous. There's this street in Manila called Balete Drive, so called because the street used to be lined with balete trees. As you can see, it does look a bit creepy. This is the reason why it was a legend in the Philippines that this particular tree was the home of supernatural beings. Ghosts, enchantresses, duendes, you name it. The most famous of whom was the White Lady, a ghost said to belong to a woman who was raped and killed in that area a long time ago. She was supposed to appear to cab drivers passing through at night asking for a lift. When the driver lets her in and then looks to ask where to, she would be gone. She was also known to suddenly appear, causing cars to swerve and get into horrible accidents. So in college, we decided to go and visit this street late one night. We all hopped into an SUV, about 8 of us, and went to look for this street. It would have been fairly easy to find it, as it was just a few kilometers away from my friend's house. However, we could not find it, and we could not find our way back. We found that we had been going around and around, passing the same signs, the same houses, and the same streets. No matter if we turned left or right on any corner, we always ended up where we were before. What was supposed to be half an hour's worth of adventure has already turned to 2 hours, and by now we were all pretty much scared. No other cars were to be seen, no person, not even a dog. Eventually we found a side street we hadn't seen before. It was different from all other streets because it was tight. And there you have it, dear listeners. Another journey through the shadows with sleep stories by Dr. Sleep. I hope you found solace in the darkness and thrills in the unknown. Before we part ways, I want to express my deepest gratitude to each and every one of you for joining me on this adventure. Your support means the world to me, and I am honored to be your guide through the realms of horror and the paranormal. If you enjoyed tonight's tale of terror, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with fellow enthusiasts of the macabre. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest spine-chilling stories. Remember, the night is full of mysteries waiting to be uncovered. Until next time, may your dreams be haunted and your nightmares be fleeting. Dr. Sleep signing off.